Hey guys, welcome back to Sports Betting Truth, and today we are back on Reddit to talk about a couple of posts that I saw from this horrible website that are talking about their money being stolen. And normally I wouldn't cover posts like this, even though I've gotten plenty of emails over the years of people who had their money stolen from sportsbooks wanting me to make videos calling them out. And it always involved overseas sports books with fake licenses that aren't regulated and everything. And I'd always tell them, sorry, no can do. That's what you get for rolling the dice with overseas sports books. But this is stateside facing sports books that are regulated and can't just go about stealing people's money and getting away with it. So do these people have legitimate gripes? Well, that's what this video is about. So I actually have two posts pulled up about people complaining about BetMGM. And are these people, do they have legitimate complaints? I haven't read either post yet, but this first one comes from Jersey Devil, by the way, and that's an episode of a great X-Files early season episode if you are an X-Files fan. But anyway, apparently what's going on here, just trying to read this post on the fly, it looks like he bet Coastal Carolina's season win total over 7.5, and Coastal Carolina won their 8th game on November 3rd, right? So naturally you would think that is a winner, and the thing is, it looks like BetMGM paid him out as a winner. But then about a month later, the bet was voided and his winnings were drained from his account. Then the bet was resettled as a win, winnings returned to his account. And then on January 5th, yesterday, the bet was voided and winnings were once again drained from his account. So it looks like they are flip-flopping here. And so the thing is that if Coastal Carolina did in fact win more than 7.5 games, right, and he bet over that and they won 8, I think they finished the season 8-3 regular season, why are they not paying him out? Well, the problem is that they had a game versus Virginia canceled because Virginia canceled that game after that tragic shooting of 3 of their football players. And so Coastal Carolina did not play 12 games. And the thing with season win totals is that a team must play all of their games for the bet to settle. That's usually how it goes. It's no different in, for example, baseball. Say a baseball game, the total is 7 and a team scores 8 runs in the first inning, but the game only ends up going 6 innings because of rain. And the final score, it did go over, but for a MLB total bet to be settled, it must go the distance. It must go all 9 innings. That's just how it is. That's how it always has been. You can debate on whether or not that's fair, but the rules are the rules. That's the rule the sportsbook set. And it's the same thing with college football win totals. Unfortunately for this guy, his bet won, and they didn't pay him out for it. But they're not stealing his money, because what they're also doing in this situation is that they are refunding the people who bet Coastal Carolina under. So the people who bet Coastal Carolina under, and on November 3rd when Coastal Carolina won their 8th game, they're all, oh, I lost this bet, too bad, so sad. And all of a sudden they're having money put into their accounts. And so but you don't see them making posts saying, oh, BetMGM's giving me free money. If BetMGM was stealing money, they would only be voiding the winnings of the people who bet Coastal Carolina under and not refunding those who bet Coastal Carolina under. But I guarantee you they are refunding those who bet Coastal Carolina under. So in the end, they're not really stealing money from anybody. It's as if the bet never happened on BetMGM's ledgers, right? And so that's why, unfortunately, I can't sympathize with Jersey Devil here. Yeah, it sucks. I've been in that situation. Probably everyone who's ever bet on sports has had a bet that they thought was a winner lose because of this. But on the same side, there's probably a lot of people out there that had a bet they thought was a loser get refunded because of this. So like I said, in the long run, you're going to be screwed by this just as much as you're helped by it. So I feel bad for Jersey Devil here. It sucks. I agree. But those were the rules before the bet was made. He might not have been aware of them, but that's just how it is. So to wrap up this first post with BetMGM, I just want to see if any comments are saying the same thing. So I do agree with what the top comment says. Oh my God, Skeet Stains. He left money in the book after he got his money back. Should have taken it out. Yeah, I agree, but he probably didn't know that was going to happen. I can't really blame him for that. I do wonder what would have happened. What if he withdrew all his money and then they tried to deduct his winnings? Like, would he have a negative balance? Would they try to collect it? I don't know. I doubt it, but anyway. So the top comments are saying they should have taken it out. Terms and conditions. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. The terms and conditions. Unless stated otherwise, teams must play in all their scheduled regular season games for bets to have action. There you go. There it is. Actuarial. And that's not the first time I've brought up that user on this series before. Actuarial is right. I know it sucks. It sucks, but that's how it is. Those are the rules when the bets are played. And that's really the only comment you need. Here's another one I agree with, the two Otanis. I hate MGM as a company, so do I, but if you were in a fight with them, he won't win because they're right, and they are right. They had to avoid underbets following their own rules. It's like baseball. All over-unders are voided if the game doesn't go the full 9, exactly what I said earlier. So if the game is called at 8-3 in the 6th and you had over 8.5, it's voided, but it's also voided for people at the under. So they're not stealing this guy's money. Trust me, if they were actually stealing money, they wouldn't be able to get away with it because they're regulated. Lawsuits would happen. They're not stupid. They're not going to risk their business by screwing over one guy or one bet. So in this case, people who bet the Coastal Carolina season total over. So like I said, they're not going to risk their entire business and operation that they'd have invested a ton of money in advertising into just to pull a fast one on people. That's not how it works. So I'm going to move over to the other post, also complaining about BetMGM. This one's a little bit different. He signed up for BetMGM in Pennsylvania 2 weeks ago. They needed his ID and bank statement for verification, which his account got verified. He bet 1,000 and won 1,910. I tried to withdraw, and now they're saying they will not accept his ID. It's a temporary driver's license because I am from another country but live in the U.S. Why would they reject it on the front end? Any advice on what to do? Well, in my opinion, here, Competitive Army 682, the reason sportsbooks are so stingy when it comes to paying out isn't because they don't want to pay up. That's not it. Trust me, BetMGM has the means to pay someone $910, or I'm guessing you bet 1K to win 1910 on a minus 110. $910 for BetMGM is nothing. What's going on here is the thing they fear most is paying out the wrong person. That's where the lawsuits can come in. That's where they can lose their licenses by. That's where the fraud happens, is paying out the wrong person, impersonators, that type of stuff. I think they're just being ultra cautious here to make sure they're paying out the right person before they pay you out. And so a temporary driver's license from someone who lives in another country, I'm sorry, that's going to raise a ton of red flags. It is. And I don't blame them for being extra careful and cautious, taking some extra steps and time to ensure that they're paying out the right person. So again, I'm not a BetMGM defender here, but that's just what's going on. And it looks like after reading most of the comments that they're pretty much telling him, be patient, but if it really gets that bad, you can talk to the Pennsylvania Gaming Commission and all of that, which I agree with, but just be patient. Be patient. But anyway, that's kind of the gist of things. They're not stealing your money, trust me. They're not going to risk their entire business over $910. They're not. So anyway, just be patient in your case, and in the other guy's case, I know it sucks, but the terms and conditions are the terms and conditions. I'm not trying to shill for the sports books or anything like that. I'm just saying that's just how it is. Anyway, that wraps it up for this edition of Sports Betting Truth. Stay tuned to this channel for actual sports betting information and not the crap you see elsewhere. And that wraps it up. See ya.